Jason Blood, also known as Etrigan, he's one of those Hell Lord type people. When it comes to classification, he is a human cursed to turn into a mystical demon. Well, he's more than 1,500 years old as Jason Blood, could be 2,000 to even 100,000 years of age as Etrigan. He has a form of immortality, things like that. So thanks to those that have donated to the channel. Appreciate it a lot. Folks on the channel seems to like when I go over these mystical Hell Lord type demon characters, so why the heck not? Etrigan at one point was a world-renowned expert on the occult and demonology. He was once a regular peasant of the 6th century, yeah, back in the day. You can read stuff like this about his lore, how his life had changed. There was this wizard known as Merlin, chose to bind him to a demon. Etrigan, okay, by the way, his first appearance was in The Demon issue #1 in 1972, by the way. Thanks to merging these two personalities, he went insane by all means. It's crazy, kind of giving him another personality, but they're kind of like merged souls, if that makes sense. Throughout the centuries, following the bloodlust of his literal inner demon, Jason gathered a great variety of fortunes, and following several cases of memory loss, blacking out because of the demon taking over and different type of things. The classic blackout, I did some crazy stuff, then woke up, then a lot of bad stuff happened that I didn't know I did type of stuff, classic comic stuff. I killed a whole village, I didn't know that. That type of stuff. He has done that type of stuff throughout the years, various mystical adventures. He even set up shop in Gotham City. Yeah, one of the most spookiest places. Thanks a lot, Batman. That's the perfect place for him to continue his line of work. You know what I mean? Etrigan himself, the demon, is the son of demon Balal. This is how he looks, Balal. Etrigan's daddy, and this is how the story ends up winding together. Etrigan's power was so great that Balal felt compelled to make another son just to bind Etrigan. This son was Merlin. Yes, you guessed it. The guy that bound Etrigan to that human in the first place. They're all related. It's not no coincidence. It's not just, oh, I'm just going to be a butt for no reason. No, it's all connected. They affair with the affairs of man. Merlin, the whole story of the Knights era type stuff. Merlin has been attacked over the years by a great demonic army of Morgan Le Fay. Merlin was overwhelmed by her forces, so Merlin sent Etrigan away and bound him to the mortal form of Jason Blood. You see what I'm saying? Heck, they even stayed here. Even the sons of Balal couldn't stand against her, Morgan Le Fay. Even stating here, as long as Jason lived, Etrigan would be a prisoner. He's walked among men each time in each era. He has assumed a new guise, a new identity, a new persona. He's been here all along and nobody really knew it. He would turn it into Etrigan when certain incantations was said. You see it on the screen. Incantations like this used to be said. Or there could even be full poems on why he would turn. As you can see, these are the incantations that can make him come out. And if you want to make him go away, this is usually the incantation that is used to do so. I mean, he's extremely powerful. Bullets don't really seem to be doing nothing to him. Even crushing guns with his raw power. He even seems to have a sense of humor. He even trolls them saying, I'm hurting, I'm bleeding, my life flows away. And they thought they actually killed him. He's like, nah, bro, y'all just nothing. He said, guns cannot harm me. Like, imagine a demon-looking being trolling you while you're shooting. Isn't that freaking creepy? He can travel vast distances thanks to him being able to just teleport. He can shoot full-blown blasts, and yeah, violence is his style. He can find you using your scent. You're not safe. He can return with something you lent, like him like literally on top of a missile, just chilling. Big old explosion. Get an idea of his personality, like just by some of these scans. Like, look, I'm like driving, really, Etrigan? He has attacks that one could say ignore durability, like full-blown energy projection, or even fire, or even flame that can purify the soul. Of course, when you're a demon type kid, you got to have some type of flame projection, right? It just mixes the whole Hell Lord type of thing. It looked like it was just straight lethal, and of course, many people would think they're dead from all this fire, but actually purified their soul. They say punished or purged or something. Naturally, the black lady thought that he had killed them all because, that's what it looked like on the other panel. Not to mention him and Blood have grown uncomfortably close, he says, when it comes to the two souls merged together. He gained a new form of hellfire. It leaves souls largely untouched, but pure evil, it destroys. Literally be doing poems and stuff. Answer this one loud and true. Do I look merciful to you? And this how strong his teeth is, biting his guns, raw strength, biting strength too, just power. He can toss cars with a portion of his power, superhuman, rips through steel, chains. Same goes for stone, no problem in smacking, strong enough to tear apart flesh and bone, very gory. Yikes, yikes. Sometimes when he does the right thing, he still goes about it in the wrong way. Saving people by just doing vicious stuff like this in the process of saving folk freaks him out even more. Very funny, right? They even state help the woman, so they were actually trying to help. No, he literally has no problem literally flying through his foes, even though they're way bigger than him, as you can see here. He's gotten plenty of fights, like this dragon, for example, burns him from the inside out with fire blast from the inside of his mouth. Yikes, that burns. He has different forms of hell fire with the wave of his hand, just blast power type thing. Playing in traffic is not cool, but throwing stuff like that with cars, like even buses. Etrigan, man, stop throwing stuff. I mean, hey, his hellfire does keep them like thinking, man. Flames again. Oh, don't get me on pain tolerant. Even while torn in two, he still can mess you up, even torn in two. Form of immortality? I think so. Even missing a limb, he can like literally steal your limb and get a brand new limb. What in the actual heck, bro? He can literally rip your arm off, put your arm on his body, and the arm functions like an ordinary arm like it should. Like, what the heck kind of physics? That's mystical stuff, you know? In this particular occasion, it's actually going wrong. Usually it's supposed to actually turn into his Etrigan buffed out yellow skin form type of thing, but it's not doing right on this occasion. But that's crazy. He can use somebody else's limb and it just kind of becomes a part of his new body and becomes powerful as heck and stuff. Like, what? Superhuman durability on plenty of occasions, being hit across town. It doesn't really matter. Fighting beings way bigger than him. He's fine after all of this. Size is irrelevant. If anything, it's a disadvantage when it comes to powerhouses. I would rather be small in a powerhouse rather than big in a powerhouse. You're fighting people way smaller than you, but they have the same level of strength. That's too lethal, bro. He fights warriors of limbo, plenty of battle feats, putting in work consistently on a consistent basis, no matter the opponent. He's not afraid of being completely violent. He doesn't have no problem consuming. Like, he literally did all that. Like, ouch. Ripping him out, like, ouch. He's fighting the warriors of hell. Of course, he's a hell lord type. He's fought a lot of hell type characters. Ripping him apart. He's above the average demon-ish type character. Blast power and stuff. And even against a general of heaven, he literally gives him the business. Or one could say teach him a lesson. Destroy some angels, evidently. Blast power here. Consuming. Yikes. Consumes a troll. If you anger him, your soul is the prize. One of his many abilities, soul manipulation, very hacksy type stuff. Etrigan defeat this being known as Abaddon. Heck, he even blocks his attacks here and even literally gave him a new role. He even goes and talks about him about his old role 2,000 years ago. If you've watched the pit, spelled doomed to what? Escaped it. You keep them in you. You keep us out. Do you ever wonder what's it all about? Oh, by the way, the being known as Merlin that even trapped these two together in the first place, he's actually fought him. He's even proven to curb stomp even Merlin, his brother, showing his level of power, even though he's a powerful mystic himself. Straight sticking him old-fashioned style with blasts and then punches. Earth is a joke to powerhouses in DC. I mean, he can just kind of scorch through it if he feels like it. What's a big rock to a character this powerful, right? You can literally see him drilling through it, like that much blast power in general. You guys probably already respect the character known as Wonder Woman, right? Well, if you don't respect her, check out my videos on her. You better respect her after that. Well, the reason why I'm bringing Wonder Woman up is because there was a demon that was fighting Wonder Woman, right? Stay with me right quick. See this demon right here giving Wonder Woman issues? You can see her mouth open like, ah. Etrigan comes in, showing his level of power. He showed to like destroy this demon. It was literally no match for Etrigan, but it was giving Wonder Woman some issues, so that's impressive right there. Let's continue. On top of the fact he's taking blows from Wonder Woman, and he enjoys pain, by the way. Even from powerhouse tiers like Wonder Woman, who's a Superman tier, he even states here, she doesn't know the demon enjoys taking pain as much as giving it. He's literally laughing at him because he likes pain. Even able to keep on fighting after getting hit by Wonder Woman, a Superman tier. His blast power is strong enough to do this to even Lobo, showing that he's competent with the powerhouses. Lobo looking a little sleepy right there, buddy. I'm just saying. He has energy projections to where he can shoot hellfire and omnidirectional attacks, destroying these werewolves, for example. Blast power. This is freaking hilarious, man. There was this one time where Etrigan, wearing the crown of horns, of course, the symbol of being the ruler of hell or whatever. That's a dope image, don't lie. This helmet bestows him with power, so one could say a temporary power situation maybe. This stated, by the power invested in this crown, I hereby name Prince Etrigan, son of Balal, brother of Merlin, as leader of the new. He's the demon king right here, the king of hell, powered up more than ever before, even though he's already ridiculously powerful in normal states. They don't really make a mission to explain how much power he got, but he did get like some form of power because they kind of implied by those statements I just showed you. With the crown and stuff, being the king with the little trident. Even fought his own dad, taking attacks from him, blasting him backwards. Even getting cocky with power, saying, I'm going to show you what power is. Stated here, dear old dad. So Etrigan literally fought his own dad, the demon Balal himself, showing how powerful he really has become. Even states some of his history here, beat him and exiled his own mother. So yeah, his dad was kind of a butthole. Implying that his dad owned other circumstances could possibly be too much for him. He even states he's defeating our Lord. It's that crown. Like they're kind of implying that the crown's doing it. Like I said, temporary power up type of thing, but it's still impressive regardless, and it's still a cool feat I have to show. You know, Etrigan's potential, maybe fullest potential in the future. You know what I mean? Even goes as far as ripping his literal heart out. Good gracious, that's violent. Even goes as far as picking up his giant father that's bigger than him, by the way, and slings him over the ledge because of strength. He even slugged it with Superman himself, taking blows from it. Part of it is thanks to magic, but yeah, these people that like to make excuses for magic to try to say he isn't in that range of power. More proof that he's in that range of power is because he's fought other people that's resisted the magic like Wonder Woman. So his might is a threat for Superman on a consistent panel-to-panel basis. Seems that Superman even got the better of him in this occasion, though. Superman even compliments his speed, saying Etrigan is fast. Another occasion of being violent. Yet, even more proof he's in that Superman range. A Superman tier like Lobo, he slugs it out with in a straight-up slugfest. How much more evidence is actually needed? And Lobo is resistant to magic, so you can't say it's because of magic. Other characters other than Superman don't have that same weakness, but they're still in that same tier of strength with Superman. Blasting him back here, kind of getting the advantage over him, laughing and having fun. In this occasion, can you respect it? Very long panel, physical bout. And you remember the being that Merlin was struggling with, Morgan Le Fay? Well, Etrigan fights Morgan Le Fay. It even states here Morgan Le Fay's body is irrelevant to how the body looks, but he states the power that Morgan Le Fay possesses extends throughout the entire building. So don't let this face that looks really jacked up looking fool you. Etrigan is still rather showing his level of power, manhandling Morgan Le Fay. When his brother Merlin had to retreat from Morgan Le Fay, letting you know Etrigan's power. This is further backed up what I showed you earlier about Merlin not being a chance against Etrigan's power. So it kind of makes sense on why he's able to handle Morgan Le Fay. Oh yeah, he's fought Superman on more than one occasion. Some of these attacks are not necessarily magic based. It's just physical punching power. For example, in this occasion, like punching Superman all the way to the freaking moon. That's a lot of strength. Fighting these powerhouses in DC is a bigger threat than you think, because these same characters that he's matching in strength and slugging out blow for blow, like Wonder Woman, for example, who is resistant to magic, and Lobo, for example, as well, try to say he's not Superman tier because, well, he's fighting Superman because he's a magical being. Well, what about the people that are resistant to magic, like Wonder Woman, Lobo, for example, and he still can fight them in raw strength, and they have Superman tier strength? What's your excuse then? You know, Superman characters like Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, just powerhouses in general can move planets, moons, just etc., destroy planets, even contain black holes in their hands, things that can destroy solar systems, stuff like that on a daily basis. Heck, Lobo has even broken magical barriers before. Not to mention Lobo can drag stars if he felt like it. I'm just saying, stellar mass. Matching Superman is impressive physically because characters like Superman has relieved Atlas of his Greek myth feat, like holding up all of reality or the heavens, or incalculable amounts of weight. Kind of implying Superman can hold up a universe if you felt like it at least. Kind of hard to put a number on this, but Etrigan still matches these beings physically and raw power. It's pretty obvious that with his raw strength, he could lift or pull stars, moons, or even suns. I mean, just based on the universe he has to reside in, he has to be in this level of power to even be able to compete in just raw physicals, or it would be no point in using his physicals if his physicals wasn't an asset in these battles fighting these powerhouses in DC. If you're new to DC, yes, this stuff is no big deal to these DC characters. I mean, his Hellfire can basically ignore durability and hit your soul. I'm just saying, soul manipulation type stuff, hexy stuff. If his physicals wasn't enough, he has this stuff on top of it. Imagine damaging the Dreamcatcher with your Hellfire, right? Which is basically formed from the dreams and nightmares of the freaking universe, guys. Just some more background information right quick. Before Etrigan's birth, Hell had 3 rulers: Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Belial, oldest son of Etrigan. Yes, DC, all these Hell Lords are related. Yeah, Belial gave birth to 3 sons: Etrigan, Merlin, Scapegoat. You know, you see how all this stuff just links around back to each other? When it comes to raw speed, he's implied to be able to move faster than the human eyes can even see or hear. And they can't even manage to hit him with this raw speed, moving like a blur. Blitzing on this occasion, they even stated he's more agile than any mortal creature. Etrigan stated on panel that he acts with lightning speed. Etrigan even blitzed 2 angels that the president sent to rule hell. These angels cannot be lightweights because DC treats angels like a big deal. He has broken through the most powerful Green Lantern defense shields and stuff. Alan Scott in this occasion, raw power, letting you know he can compete with Green Lantern type characters, showing his level of power yet again. Hellfire blasting from the mouth. Oh, I already showed this, by the way, but yeah, he was literally placing a literal spell on own technology. Like you see him like typing the spell out with his finger. He can teleport and he can open magical portals to another dimension, and he kind of can basically battlefield remove you kind of broken. Battlefield remove his clarion. Yes, he can smell evil. He can do some summoning jutsu, like literally summon other demons. This is kind of like a common magical thing that characters do. Characters like magic do this too, summoning creatures or limbs through portals to fight in their aid. Kind of hard to fight these beings. They can just summon aid, you know what I mean? He can use counter spells against other people, like turning it into stone. He can just like counter it and turn back. Yes, he does make magical shields if he wants to, like energy construct type stuff, which is cool to see. Abusing Superman with his hellfire. Stop doing that magical stuff. That ain't fair, man. This hellfire can even burn angels that were sent to fight him, showing his raw power. Magically commands a spirit to enter a human body, makes the dead rise, classic Hellord type thing. He even managed to hurt the Phantom freaking Stranger. It wasn't a serious injury though, but that's freaking stupid. The Phantom freaking Stranger is the same guy that be fighting the Spectre consistently in Slugfest, dude, the Wrath of God. The same being that be fighting the literal Wrath of God. Are you crazy? He's even a master of the elements. He pretty much can use all the elements. One of them being like wind, of course, like summoning a whirlwind. Thanks to the classic days of the Jack Kirby writing. Time manipulation. He even sent Superman back in time with some magical ability or spell. He loves doing magical blasts from his hands though. Stalemating Merlin's magical blast, his own brother. Soul manipulation, taking human souls. Etrigan is such an a-hole. He literally told his father that the woman that you had a child with was just a goat that Etrigan himself turned into a woman to seduce his father. So his father basically hit a goat. Like he said, here's a goat, I'm gonna turn him into a woman and then you seduce my father. It's not even a real, it's ridiculous. Like, ain't that crazy? He's such a troll, he even laughs, ha 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 ha. He casted a glamour spell on her. It wasn't really a girl. Why even bother shooting Etrigan at this point? Look at his regeneration. He's literally split and it's like he's trolling, no big deal. If I'm being honest, I do think he's in her range of power, but I think Wonder Woman's skills what makes him get handled so much on his occasions with Wonder Woman. She's a powerhouse tier with ridiculous level of fighting skills. Spectre merged with Eclipso this one time, and Etrigan takes a backhand from him, but you get the idea. Etrigan even clawed Eclipso Spectre's face off. Don't tell me you still have your doubts about Etrigan's power. Well, how about Etrigan was 1/5 of the power needed to destroy an entire universe? These some big names right here. Like Skyfather's like Highfather, even Orion, Darkseid, and Fate, they all use their power together in unison, showing that he's a big chunk of this and helpful aid to do this, to produce this level of unparalleled blast power. He was basically 1/5 of the power needed to bust an entire universe level. They go as far as saying a reality dies. They even state what Etrigan's part to play was. Etrigan augments our might by tapping into primal mystic forces beyond my calling. Yeah, even something beyond fate could do. Oh yeah, and by the way, trolling and slugging it out with Lobo is a bigger deal than you think. Considering Lobo's history, Lobo has manhandled Superman in the past, so fighting Lobo is no easy feat. Even Superman says I can't even react, showing his level of speed. Etrigan can react to characters like Lobo, who's fast enough to fight a Superman that he can barely react to. So all this stuff putting together is starting to seem quite evident and accurate, wouldn't you say? Power, he's taking direct blows, slugfest style, eating blows back and forth. Like, that's some pretty clear writing intent that the writers want him in that Lobo Superman-ish range of power. No, I'm not joking. He's literally on some Avatar stuff. Can literally bend the earth as well as wind, like I showed earlier. Doing casting spell earth manipulation stuff against Lobo to make him sink. He does have quite a few weaknesses. He has the stereotypical horror movie character demon weaknesses. Like, you know them weaknesses in horror movies when you see them pull out the Bible and stuff like that. Etrigan has weaknesses like that. Like idols and talismans, holy type stuff to torture Etrigan. That's the stuff that can kind of hurt him. Crucifixes hurt him because he's like a demon. So yeah, the stereotypical horror movie weaknesses, kind of annoying though. They're literally fighting him with a whole bunch of holy type weapons. Singing song hurting his ears. Like what the heck? Holy water can hurt him. Gunners, crucifixers, fire. Like yeah, they're firing holy water. Like oh my goodness. Even church grounds can hurt him like an actual church. Horror movie demon weakness type stuff from movies. So if you're Etrigan, if I were you, just don't go near churches. Regardless of all this stuff and how you look at it with the holy water and stereotypical weaknesses, he's still a beast regardless, fighting some of your favorite powerhouses. He's dang near impossible to kill if he can be killed, to be honest with you, without holy water. I don't know if you can even kill him without holy water or crucifixes or churchy type stuff to even kill him. Like he was like just chilling while he was in half, like his body literally split in half. And oh, let me just grab a human body and put it on my body, or a human limb and put it on my body and I'm good again. Like, you know, he can do stuff like that. Respect Etrigan. Did you know he was this strong? You probably didn't. You might have did. The movies didn't really do much love on the animated movies, getting beat so easily. He's one of the heaviest hitters, but he should be respected. With thousands and thousands of years of experience, he should technically have fighting ability thanks to all this experience just fighting demons over the years. You know what I mean? It seemed like he would pick up a thing or two slugging it that much with demons and angels all these years. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the older type characters. Technically related to Trigon, if we're being honest. Yes, this same Trigon. I mean, Etrigan being at least Superman tier, it makes sense with the lore considering his relatives. His dad is Balal. Balal is the son of Trigon. So, you know, Etrigan is technically in the same family tree with Trigon, which is why he has such high potential and why he's such a beast. He should be respected. I mean, I got a whole video about Trigon. He's basically an abstract terror being. He's a Crisis on Infinite Earths level threat. You know what I'm saying? Check out that Trigon video on top of this one, though. But respect Etrigan, though. Did you know he was this strong? Did you know this is how his family tree went? You probably did. You probably didn't. Who knows? But I'll see you guys later. Respect Etrigan.